Good evening, friends and neighbors. Thank you very much for coming out on what appears to be probably the coldest night of the year. Till tomorrow, then that'll be the coldest night of the year. So thank you for being here. This is going to be a two-part ceremony. First, we need to establish the Volunteer of the Year Award, and then we're going to award it to the first recipient. I do hereby, first, my name is Pat Rockenberg. I'm the mayor of the town of Mount Airy. I do hereby establish and name this award in honor of a tireless community volunteer who will be the original recipient as it bears his name. In addition to his 13 years of nonstop awesome service that began in 1995 and ended in 2008, he played a great role in helping to lead the town's recovery from the September 2nd, 277 downtown fire, and in securing county and state funds to rebuild Mount Airy afterwards. As I noted in a recent visit to a Kennedy Center, sometimes it's not the length of service, but what was accomplished and how we were inspired and what positive changes were made and continue to be made as a result. I've often said he accomplished in fewer years what it may have taken others many. He helped draft multiple ordinances, including needed transitional zoning, restoring critical components of the adequate facilities ordinance, and instituting a requirement that sprinklers be used in all new construction in Mount Airy, which Carroll and Frederick counties soon followed. Along with adding street markers to our water hydrants to ensure the safety of our citizens, he established communication between municipal and county governments as one of the founders of the Council of Governments. He established the Growth Development Task Force, both at the town and county levels. Those task force, or the town task force, brought you the 2007 landmark 2007 town survey and our design guidelines. He also established the school's first task force when our schools were overcrowded and many of our children occupied temporary classrooms. He said this overcrowding was unacceptable and he worked to change it. He also helped finalize reconstruction of the very building we stand in today. It was this man that helped change the course of a town divided over development and imparted the additional safeguards to protect our quality of life. Additionally, when serving as mayor, he taught me that community space should be just that and allowed us to use the basement at Town Hall to start the first teen center. The significance there is that turned out to be an incubator for things that have followed. One of them is we were contacted by some people about starting a community center. Now you see we have a community center task force. We were also approached by Terry King about an arts alliance, and as a result of what I've learned from this gentleman, I found we can use Town Hall to support other civic activities, and as a result we have a thriving arts council. Also, what you see today, the Historical Society using the halls of Mount Airy to showcase historical artifacts, again, all started from that day when he helped me carry couches into the basement of Town Hall. It's quite a legacy. And let's not forget the welcome packages. Those newer residents, I really think they appreciate it, and it's what's best about our small town. This man started that. This volunteer was Frank M. Johnson, Jr., an untiring public servant who really typified what the spirit of commitment of a local volunteer. He gave of his time, talents, unselfishly, not for the glory, but because he wanted and he saw the opportunity and need. Frank has probably never been fully appreciated for all that he has done for the town. Some of us used to note the time on his emails. You'd see one at 2 a.m., then you'd see one at 4 a.m., and then you'd talk to him in person around 8 or 9. You knew he didn't sleep. It was also his community service and one of his late night bike rides where Frank would actually go out at night and mark street lights that were out. The only way you know they're out, you got to go out at night and find them. He'd go out and he would mark them with ribbon. Well, it was that marking of the street lights, and yes, he did follow up to make sure they were replaced, by the way, that unfortunately led to a near-death accident, and it ended his term as mayor prematurely. This is just a taste of Frank's community service. His absolutely outstanding bio is listing on a plaque that will bear his name, and his bio, let me see how this will read. Just give you all a taste. Thank you, Councilman King. Frank was the chair of the state of Maryland Volunteerism Commission. He was an active church member in Mount Airy. He was president of the Kiwanis Club. He was a member of several Mount Airy commissions, including Parks and Recs, Board of Appeals, Planning and Zoning. He was a member of the Mount Airy Town Council. He was a town council president, and he was elected mayor. He was also the secretary of the Maryland Mayors Association and a member of the board of directors of the Maryland Municipal League. He was secretary of the Carroll County Council of Governments and the chair of the Baltimore Regional Transportation Board. He contributed diligently to maintaining, rebuilding, and establishing safeguard for the future improvement of our community. A lot of you people never really knew that. Frank didn't tell a lot of people. I happened to know it and thought it was time we recognize him. He just never boasted. To paraphrase John Adams, the first obligation of any citizen is to serve their local community. And it's our volunteers that are really the heartbeat of Mount Airy. At this time, I'd like to ask Frank M. Johnson to come to the podium to present the first annual Community Volunteer of the Year Award. Mr. Johnson, it's an honor, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Well, I certainly do appreciate this honor, and it's certainly good to clarify that any rumors of my demise are overstated, because here I am. You mentioned the accident, and that was several years ago, but I'm fortunate to have recovered. All the things you're talking about, and when I was mayor, municipalities, and I have worked at different levels of government, as you implied, at the municipal level, county level, state, and currently at the federal level. It's municipalities that deal most with quality of life issues, day-to-day issues that matter to people. What's going on with parks? Is the water and sewer system running? What about police protection? These are all the things that matter. And when I was mayor, we were dealing with growth, as the mayor mentioned, water issues, and of course the downtown fire. Every time I come in here, I see the picture over on the wall of that, and I'm reminded of just what that was to go through. But all of those things that were mentioned, and all of those things that, well, there was the initiative for doing this volunteer effort and the initiative for that. Other volunteers stepped up and have participated. You mentioned members of the Mount Airy Kiwanis being here. Well, that's part of what helped to teach me, because I've been involved with Kiwanis for many years. That's being a member helped to teach me the importance of volunteer service. So there are many different ways, but I certainly appreciate the kind words, but it's just that there were so many others involved. One of my favorite quotes is something from Robert F. Kennedy, where he said, it is from numberless diverse acts of courage that human history is shaped. In other words, it's individual efforts that do it. Every time a person stands up for an ideal, strikes out against injustice, or acts to improve the lot of others, takes some sort of a step, in other words, to make things better, that person sends forth a tiny ripple of hope. And it's those ripples coming from all these different directions, meaning lots of volunteers involved, that can sweep down massive injustice, oppression, and I would also say indifference, which is really what volunteerism works against. And that's how you make the big difference. I mean, the things that you're seeing in town now with a vibrant downtown and all of that, it is the spirit of volunteerism. You say that volunteerism is the heart of Mount Airy. Absolutely. I did serve on the state volunteerism service and volunteerism commission, and we would hear from many municipalities, counties, and governments as well. But certainly at the municipal level, it's the volunteer spirit that makes a big difference, because it's your community, it's your quality of life, and that's what matters. Tonight, we want to honor a volunteer who has served for more than 30 years. 30 years ago, Dick Swanson helped with a Public Information Act request at Town Hall. Apparently reached out and said, can you help us out with that? 10 years later, volunteered to serve on the Ethics Commission, where he has remained since then, and has served as chair for several years. And he was chair when I was mayor as well. That's not just a matter of, oh, that's a nice position. That's a matter of reviewing all of the ethics filings. That's a matter of making sure everybody files them, and then following up when you have a few people who are late, and other people in staff nodding their heads. There's a lot of work involved in getting this done. Then it's a matter of reviewing them, and it can be a matter, as you've seen lately, of working with the State Ethics Commission as well when updates are needed, especially with the more recent change. That would really be enough, because that's 20 years of effort right there, but not so. He has also served on the Water and Sewer Commission since 2006, when it was started, so he's been there the entire time, and has served as chair for the last few years. That was put together to bring in some level of expertise, but also the community spirit to consider, what about the future of our water system? What about exploring for more water? What about water and sewer rates? And how should that be tiered and put together? And he's taken a lead role in doing that. Again, that would be enough, but not. He's also served, with his free time apparently, on the Board of Supervisors of Elections, starting in January 2010. And from the way that's phrased, starting in 2010, it kind of sounds like that there is an election coming up, so apparently the invitation is out there. All of that would be enough. The Mannery Main Street Association, I know that he has been one of the lead roles in that, at least since 2004, a consistent volunteer who's been working on the projects and who's been helping to bring people together. That has been Dick Swanson. As I say, I know that, helping out at the farmers market, and currently working with the mayor on a historic sign project. Again, that would be enough. Also, an active member of the Mannery Garden Club and Carroll County Master Gardener. Again, that is a way that helps serve the town. And my wife always said, it's nice that some people will talk about what perhaps I was doing as an elected official, but that also affects the family. And Dick's wife also has also contributed quite a bit. I know she also a member of the Mannery Garden Club and a master gardener, and has been involved, I believe is involved in MAMSA as well, if I'm not mistaken. So certainly share a part of the award, partly allowing him the time and the effort, but also, as my wife sometimes had to do, so occasionally hearing when there were once in a while some frustrations with one thing or another that might come up. In any event, I want to congratulate Dick Swanson at being the first awardee of the Mannery Volunteer Award. I congratulate you, and where do we have it? Right here. Very nice.
This is the round of applause.
Get it around here, right? 2013 Volunteer of the Year Award. Congratulations.
All right.
Okay, you have to make sure that we get that we do a good job on the pictures. Congratulations, Dick, and I don't know if you wanted to say a few words as well. Now, if you want to say some nice things about me, that's certainly okay.
Congratulations, sir. You certainly earned it.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I was overwhelmed when Pat said, we're going to establish a new award, and we're going to have you be the first recipient. And I just have to say that thank you to everybody. Usually I'm not speechless, if you know me, but I'm a little bit speechless tonight. I'm just overwhelmed. And Frank, to say good things about you, you did name me the Water and Sewer Commission, and I haven't forgiven you yet. And reappointed me to the Ethics Commission, yes. I really appreciate, Frank, that you took the time to come up here and be a part of this. It's really flattering to me, so thank you very much. I'd also like to say something about volunteerism. The thing about, that Frank was talking about and Pat was talking about, and making a difference in your community, I think there's another part to it. And that other part is that when you see an opportunity or you see a need in town, rather than saying, well, you know, somebody ought to do something about that. If you feel that way, then I would encourage people to step up to the plate and say, you know, I have something to contribute. I'd like to donate my services to make this a better place to live. We have lots of volunteers who make this town operate, and I'm just one of them. I'd really like to thank all those people who have served with me and I've worked with on different commissions over the years. They're a major part of why the things that we've accomplished, we have. I certainly haven't done it by myself. I'd also like to thank the town staff, the water department personnel, the sewer department personnel, the maintenance people. I think probably over the years I've worked with almost every single person on the town staff employed by the town. And I just want to say these are wonderful people to work with. They are knowledgeable. They're willing to cooperate and go the extra mile to help the commissions do the jobs they do. And the nice thing about it is, with all of those people, I've made new friends. And I enjoy working with all of you. It's a pleasure. Anything I may have accomplished could not have been done without the help of the town staff and all the other members of the commissions. I see a couple of people out here and just say, thank you guys. You know, we couldn't have done it, or I couldn't have done it without you. And I appreciate it very much. And once again, I just like to encourage everybody else to get involved in the community and just make this place a little bit better town, the community to live in. We're a great town, and let's make it better and work on it. And thank you very, very much. I'm so happy that you.
You're most deserving, sir.
Thank you.
Just so everyone knows, this plaque with Dick's name will be hung in the corridors of Town Hall, will remain there. Awards going further, and by the way, Dick, everybody I talked to was unanimous for you. Awards going forward will be chosen by a committee of a member of each of the commissions, and that award will be awarded every year at the annual appreciation event. But to establish the award was going to be a little special. We made that. Dick Swanson, thank you, sir.
Thank you.